Have you ever been in a kissing competition? Just take a guess at what you think the premise of a kissing competition is.
Kissing competition?
Yeah. How many people can you kiss at the same time? How many cloves of garlic can you eat and still convince a stranger to kiss you? What is the premise of a kissing competition? Honestly, I feel like those make a lot more sense than the actual kissing competition. It's called a marathon kissing competition. The premise is this: couples will sign up to publicly just stand there in public, typically on some sort of platform or stage, but also it could just be in your local fast food joint. All the couples at once. There's usually an audience gathered at this point. On the count of 3, 2, 1, kiss! They all just start kissing each other.
So when you say kiss, are we just like lips to lips?
That's the rule, but you can do tongue. You can do other lips.
Oh, so I don't have to actively work it.
Wait. What do you mean you have to actively work it? What do you mean by that?
Are we just touching mouth as a competition, or are we working it?
Oh, showing off your tongue skills? I mean, it's really up to you, but the rules are this. The last one to stop touching mouths is the winner.
Okay.
So you don't have to be all tongue, doing tongue twisters, spelling out coconut with your tongue or anything like that.
I feel like that's pretty easy.
You think so? How long do you think we would last?
I mean, at least a good 24 hours.
24 hours?
You just have to touch mouth. Right?
How would we eat?
I'm just kidding.
He's already eating. Okay, so the last one is stop touching lips is the winner. And you're just holding your faces up to each other. You're breathing in each other's exhales, fighting for your life for oxygen. There's a woman named Di Ying. And let's call her D. She's a famous actress in Taiwan, and she is walking on the streets when she stumbles across one of these kissing competitions. This is kind of a bigger thing in Asia because there's a whole psychology piece on it. PDA is not that normalized in Asia, so they do these kissing competitions. It's more frequent in Asia than it is here. Think of it like a wet t-shirt competition. So she sees this kissing competition and she's thinking, you know what? What the hell? She's got the perfect kissing partner. Let's do it. She signs up. The staff are looking at her a little weird. Maybe they recognize her because she's, famous. This is kind of crazy for her to publicly participate in one of these kissing competitions that just normal people are doing. Imagine seeing Taylor Swift at your local trivia night. It's kind of crazy. What do you, I love you. I'm so excited. I'm so honored to be breathing the same air, but I feel like you have something better to do. No, I feel like we can't have the same hobbies. You're too cool. Are there cameras? Are we getting pranked? But also, on top of that, the partner that Dee is signing up to kiss in the competition, not her fellow famous actor husband. It's not her husband. The person taking applications even politely declines, and is telling her to maybe call your husband to come. But Dee doesn't give a fork. She's read the terms and conditions. Where does it say that I have to kiss a specific person? Why do I have to kiss my husband? What does me kissing someone else do to you? It doesn't impact you. It doesn't bother you. Sign me the up.
What's the price?
I think nothing. I think you get a voucher for a restaurant or something. The prices are always weird. What? The prices are never great. Sometimes restaurants will do kissing competitions for a free month of food. Limit $5 per usage. So the staff are so speechless and she's just so aggressive and she's famous. They just let her enter the competition. In the end, they get bullied into letting her compete. That's how it feels. And in the end, Dee competes. The actress is up there kissing her partner, swaying her body left and right. Not in an overtly suggestive way, but still she's weird and she's having fun. They end up kissing for 3 hours.
Wow.
By the end, her partner fell asleep because he's so tired. And she stays pressing her mouth in place, holding him in place so that their mouths don't disconnect. The whole thing blows up on the internet. One netizen comments, as a pervert, I feel this is even more perverted. Somebody, yeah, which is the new, I think we should only comment like this from now on. As an idiot, I think this is even more stupid. As a horrible person, I think this is even more foul. This is the only way. Okay, someone else comments, somebody help him. Another comment, this is so scary. Looking at them makes me feel chills, uncomfortable. Because D is not just kissing someone that is not her husband. She's kissing their son.
What do you mean?
No,
What
and
do you mean?
it's real. There's video evidence. It's not even fake. It's not a rumor. It's real.
How old?
5.
5?
5. The famous Taiwanese actress entered the kissing competition with her 5-year-old son. And this is the story of the craziest mama's boy from Taiwan that got arrested in America from a mental breakdown.
The mom got arrested?
No, the kid.
The 5-year-old got arrested?
Well, he's old now, but I'm about to walk you through this guy's life. It's insane. It's something that you will never catch me doing is reading the fine print. Like when I open a website and it asks me if I want the cookies, I'm clicking accept all the cookies. I recently learned that you want my cookie? They wouldn't name it a cookie if it was anything bad. Correct? Correct. Who even is they? Who's giving out the cookies? Why am I accepting somebody's cookies? But the other day, I found myself raw dogging the internet a little too hard. Some of these stories have me Googling some nasty stuff. I'll be typing in like Wang Sutong's fan cam, like just weird stuff. Okay, sometimes my search is way too embarrassing to leave in my browser history, so I use incognito mode. And I have some really bad news for you freaky people out there. Yes, incognito mode does not save your browsing history, but the website you visit can still track your business even if you don't accept the cookies. I don't know about you, but I don't want anyone seeing my business. That is why I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is a virtual private network that acts as a barrier between you and the unholy hellfire that is the internet. Usually when you browse the internet, your IP address is exposed. That's like your online identity. But ExpressVPN creates a virtual private network, and within that network, it gives you a new IP address and hides your real IP address. So if you walk into a grocery store, everything you touch, you're gonna leave a fingerprint. But if you wear gloves, there's no fingerprint. ExpressVPN is the glove. You really wanna have ExpressVPN if you're connected to public Wi-Fi, especially. If you're on public Wi-Fi, anyone with a basic computer skills can hack into your device and find sensitive information like usernames, personal information, and even bank statements. By public Wi-Fi, I mean 5-star hotel Wi-Fi. I'm talking airport Wi-Fi, airplane Wi-Fi, every Wi-Fi out there. But if you truly have nothing to hide, you're like, I am a transparent galley. You can see all of my nasty, disgusting after dark searches. I don't care. I have nothing to lose. If you are that, first of all, I'm so scared of you, but I respect you so much. But if you are that, do it for the Netflix. If you're in the US, you can't watch some of my favorite K-dramas. Netflix is banning me from my birthright. K-dramas. Basically, Netflix has a separate catalog of movies and TV shows for each country. There are a lot of US shows that I couldn't watch when we went to Korea and vice versa. There's a K-drama called Sleep. It's about this newlywed couple who are expecting a baby. Wife is about to bust. She's about to bust any day now. But one night she wakes up to find the husband sleepwalking, saying someone's inside. And he just starts sleepwalking every single night. And he's trying to jump out the window. The wife is trying to keep her man alive because, hello, what the fork is going on? We talked about this one.
In the BAM.
Yes, so good. Netflix took one look at my IP address and said, this one's not for you. You can't handle this one. It's like virtual passport control out here. But I boop boop beep bop. 2 clicks and suddenly my IP address is in Korea. So if you don't want Netflix to gatekeep you, get ExpressVPN. Either scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description box below or go to expressvpn.com/bis to get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Thank you ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. April of 2024, this year, there's this weird CCTV footage circulating from a home in Thailand, inside of their house. Someone had set up cameras inside their house, CCTV footage of a home in Thailand. The homeowner posts it because it's just so bizarre. It's so freaking weird. They were alerted by their camera system that an intruder had broken into their home. So they're like, oh my God, we're getting robbed. They quickly look at the CCTV footage and there is a guy inside their living room right now, shirtless, swim trunks. But the way he's walking, it's like he's in a daze. It's like he's in a dream. He's not beelining it to a safe. He's not beelining it to the valuables. He's just like walking around, mouth open, mouth breathing, staring at the pictures in the frames on the shelves. Then he walks over to the couches in the living room, and the homeowners had put a white cloth on them since I think they weren't home for a while or like something, right? He leans down like a fake human He literally looks like a robot. His movements are odd. And he just starts wiping his face on the cloth that's covering the couch. Then he starts walking slowly towards the stairs and slowly pulling down his swim trunks, butt crack out, butt cheeks out, airing it out. I don't know what he's doing.
So no pants?
No pants.
Okay.
The way he's walking, it's like a zombie that had their souls sucked out of their bodies. Just so slow, so pointless, so aimless, so quiet, in a daze. This CCTV footage goes viral because this is the same son. The 5-year-old son from the beginning of this case is the same son now, 23 years old, high on weed in Thailand, breaking into someone's home. And everyone is wondering, what on earth happened to the biggest mama's boy of Taiwan? What the fork is happening?
Well, what was he doing?
We don't know.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, we're going to dissect it, but he's weird.
Oh.
We're going to dissect the whole thing. But 23 years ago, this is where it all starts unfolding. 23 years prior to this CCTV footage in Thailand, one of the most famous Taiwanese opera actresses at the time, she's doing this press tour because she's got this new upcoming TV drama series called Lady's Wish. And she's at the press conference and she's with all her castmates, all the fellow producers, and she casually announces out of nowhere, like people are asking questions about the show. People are asking questions about the characters. And she says basically, hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be gathered here today. I know that nobody knows this, but a few years ago, I was filming a different show and I met this male co-star on that show, Sun Peng. We're going to call him SP. Well, we fell in love on set. It wasn't love at first sight, but we fell hard. And we secretly got married. Away from the eyes of the press. And just 6 months ago, after months and months of IVF, we finally gave birth to our very first child, a baby boy named Edward's son. So this is a roller coaster of emotions. Everyone is shocked, but also happy for her, then really happy for her because maybe being a mom is going to change her from, violently attacking other actresses. Oh yeah, that's a whole thing. We'll get there. Ultimately, everybody feels very happy for her. It's crazy. It's crazy that she kept it a secret, but overall, this is good news. She got married. She has a son. Good for her. The son is 6 months old now? And then in the same breath, Dee announces, but now I am preparing for a divorce.
Dang.
And everyone is like, what the In one single press conference, one of the most famous actresses at the time announces she got secretly married to another actor, a very famous person, had a son with him, and now they're getting divorced. Her words were, today is my first time announcing my marriage, and also my first time announcing my divorce. She whips out a piece of paper.
This is my new husband?
Is her marriage certificate. And they're like, wait, no, don't, please. She rips it apart in front of everyone.
What?
Yeah, she rips up the marriage certificate.
Oh.
And everyone was like, what the fuck's going on? The cast, the production team, the producer, the director, nobody knew that this was going to happen. I mean, why? Who even suspects something like this? And everybody looks upset. This drama that they spent every moment on, this show that they spent every waking moment trying to perfect, and nobody is going to care about their hard work or the show itself. All they care about is Dee and her crazy divorce. So who the fork is Dee? Because this is a little unhinged behavior. Dee, her whole family consists of opera singers, which, by the way, we're talking about Chinese opera, which is also really cool. It's comprehensive performance art, probably one of the oldest forms of art and entertainment that exists. It goes long, long back ago, and it showcases historical tales, folklore. It's like a play, but on steroids. There's acting, singing, martial arts, acrobatics. It's really elaborate, very intense makeup, lots of masks, costumes. Her dad was a very famous Taiwanese opera director. Her mom and older sister were opera actresses. So her uncle is also a very famous artist. It's just a huge family of creatives. Mm-hmm. And Dee is like a theater kid, which, by the way, theater kids, they're a different breed. And I say this with as much fear than anything. Fear and respect. Okay? Theater kids fucking scare me. They really do. Imagine being so self-assured and confident in your passions that you literally don't give a fuck what people think and you do all the weird shit in public when you're like 12. Okay? That took me 20 something years to get here, and I feel like I'm still not theater kid level of confident. They're crazy. They'll bully you for bullying them. Slay. Wait, I don't know if I should say that. Bullying is bad. But they'll bully you if you bully them. Everyone in school called Dee the wild horse because people try to bully her because her dad died. They were like, haha, your dad is dead. They're like,
What?
hee hee ha ha, your dad is dead, you're fatherless. And she bullied them right the back. She said, oh yeah, you're about to be fingerless if you don't shut the up. And everyone was like, oh my God, she's kind of mean. And then she turned 19, got super famous as an opera actress, which I probably pissed off her bullies, okay? Dee is also really beautiful. There are pictures of her when she's younger, and she is the definition of natural beauty. You know, some people have iPhone faces. She does not. She fits all of the opera, older, dynastic princesses. Okay, she just looks like she's never seen an OnlyFans account in her entire life. Like, she just doesn't look like she's ever even witnessed it. She has never seen someone eat a whole cucumber in a day.
What?
Most of her roles are the soft, intellectual ladies in the operas. And instantly, everyone is like, that one. Make her famous, spectacular. Now give me 17 of them, okay? People start demanding on the spot that she stop doing operas and get on the 8 o'clock bus. She starts acting in the 8 o'clock TV dramas. That's primetime TV. Do you know what I'm talking about? Everyone is already home. They're done with homework. They're done doing the chores. And now they want to lay down on the couch, cut some fruit, and slowly fold laundry while watching the show. Literally 16 minutes of a show, one t-shirt has been folded, but that's okay because you're finished for the day. You're wrapped. This is the height of TV. You don't get on someone's screen at 8 o'clock p.m. unless you have made it. For example, some primetime TV actors and actresses, they're pulling in hundreds of thousands of dollars per episode, sometimes $1 million per episode. Non-primetime TV, 2 p.m., you could be making like a few $1,000s per episode. Yeah, which is still a lot, but like, do you see the difference here? So everybody, I mean, they just love how Dee looks like this soft, delicate flower, like a rose petal floating around in a soft pond of water. That's what she looks like. And then they don't watch the 8 p.m. show. They watch the 10 p.m. show, and Dee is on there doing a reality show, and this soft-spoken girl with the feather-light voice is out here fucking beefing with everyone, and she's exposing herself. She goes on this reality show, and she tells the world, look, listen up. When I joined the entertainment industry, there were a lot of annoying people, so I fucking fought them. People are like, what? What do you mean by that? Are you being dramatic? And she said, no, I would be on set, and if you annoy me, I would just hit you.
Ba, ba.
And everyone is like, I don't know if this is something you should be bragging about or something that you should be proud of. And she goes, I hit a coworker once. I kicked her once. And she's explaining. She's like, but hear me out. Once you hear me out, you're going to understand why she kicked her. You're going to understand why violence is the answer. That is sarcastic, please, guys. She says, I hit one person. She had issues, you know, and she always had that shut up attitude. Shut up pie attitude.
Playing the big card.
Yeah.
They're the biggest in the room.
Mm-hmm. Everyone is quiet. They're like, girl, that's not a reason to physically assault someone. And she said, listen. She, shut up pie. Little shapi. How do you say little silly goofy cunt? Xiao Shapi. Little Xiao Shapi is the main lead in the show, which is fine, whatever. I'm not jealous. Great. Okay, fine. But every single day, I would get my hair and makeup done. Everyone on the set would just be sitting. And we would just be waiting around for Xiao Shapi. Xiao Pai.
You gotta.
We would just be waiting for this silly little goofy cunt to show up for the show and get her makeup done. Always late, okay? One time, the whole crew had to wait on the bus to head to the airport, and the main lead, already late. When she finally shows up, she's like, wait, I gotta get my makeup done before I get on the bus. So now they have to wait in this bus even longer. And when she's finally done, full face, lashes, blush, Dee calmly walks off the bus to greet her, approaches her in the lobby, and without a word, just in pure silence, which I think is more terrifying, kicks the main lead. Dee said, I kicked her! And she flew. She's very weak. Yeah,
she flew?
Very frail. And then I have a lot of power, you see. So she was just cowering on the floor, like in a little squatted pose in a fetal position. What is going on right now? She's saying this so wholeheartedly in a reality TV show. Tardiness makes her violent. Yeah.
Wow.
Dee said she looked down, sees this main lead, just not even trying to fight back. And she just really, in that moment, seeing her so helpless, so weak, I wanted to kick her again, but the staff dragged me away Did Dee learn anything from this? Did she take anger management classes? No. She said ultimately the lesson here is they were still late. They couldn't catch their flight because her kicking her made them even more late. They had to catch a train. The train food is not nearly as good as the plane food, okay? She told the reality TV show, and I would do it again. Look, who told her to be late? I'm just doing what the whole crew wanted to do. Look, I really want to be in a state of ignorance. Okay, I want to believe that Dee is dramatizing this entire thing and she probably didn't kick the other actress. Maybe it was more like a footsie. Maybe she accidentally tripped her. The actress was like, ew, your feet are stinky. She collapses on. I'm thinking, there's no way. There's no way she's talking about this, right? And I do agree, tardiness and someone disrespecting other people's times just because they're the main lead, not good. But this is literally violent. Then she gets accused of bullying another actress by slapping her across the face and then flipping a trash can on the top of her head, bonking her with a trash can. When that comes out, people are like, wait a minute. We thought the first one was an over-exaggeration. But now it seems like she's a violent person. What the fork is going on? People start critiquing her. You absolutely cannot do this. First of all, how did your career not end? And second of all, you cannot just commit assault and battery anytime someone pisses you off. That's just not how it works. Is this really news to you? But then she would respond, every single person that I have beaten up, every single one that I've physically assaulted, they all went on to become very famous. Honestly, I think they should thank me. I made them famous.
Okay.
Like, we're laughing because this was a long time ago and like, what can we do now, right? But like, what the fuck? Okay? And one netizen writes, violence is wrong no matter what. Not only failing to recognize her mistake, but also being proud of it shows she's very twisted up here. This woman scares me. She's very unhinged. But one person sees this, looks at her and goes, you know what? I don't want to call the cops on her. I want to call an ordained minister because I want to make this official. I want to marry this violent little girl. I feel safe with her. I feel protected. That's how Dee marries Sun Peng. We're going to call him SP. Yeah, they meet on a show. He sees how violent she is, and he's like, that's the one. That's the one I'm going to get with. Dee marries SP in private, and that lasts a whole good 2 years before she blows up at the press conference, exposes that not only did they get secretly married, but they have a child, and now they're divorcing. And from all indications, it doesn't even seem like anyone knew that she was going to make that announcement that day, including her husband that she's now divorcing. Like, nobody had any clue.
Is the son the same son?
Yeah.
From the beginning? Mm-hmm. His name is Edward.
So after announcing the divorce, people start seeing Dee and SP out together as if they did not just publicly blow up their relationship. So this is confusing. They've been together secretly for 2 years. Nobody knew that they were married. They announced their divorce and now they're like hanging out at coffee shops together. And it's like, wait a freaking minute. That doesn't even make sense. This was a time before PR relationships. At this point in the entertainment industry, outing your private love life was seen as classless, crass, something only the regular civilians do, not the classy, not the famous, not the wealthy. But at this point, people are like, is she doing this for attention? Because this is so confusing. Turns out after she announced the divorce, SP was like, I like her spunk. I want to stay together with her. And all their friends and family convince her, just try to make it work, make it work. So for 2 years, they try to make it work. After divorce announcement, for 2 years, they're still together. And then they finally divorce 2 years later. And they would talk openly about their divorce in shows. They said it was just, they both have very strong personalities. They're constantly moving in opposite directions, fighting every few days to the point of feeling physically and mentally exhausted. And they would use all their energy fighting. And because neither of them ever wants to say sorry first, they end up gradually just drifting apart. There was no preventing it. But immediately after the divorce, SP gets a new girlfriend and starts going on these variety shows and flirting with every other freaking actress. And Dee sees this. This is the same woman who gets physical for someone being late. She's not going to easily digest this. Allegedly in retaliation, she starts withholding their son from SP. She's like, you can never see Edward anymore. Dee would even admit this. She would later joke, and I don't know how this is a joke, lady, but she would joke that she held her son away from SP to make him change his mind about the divorce.
Wow.
But it worked. Yeah, and before you feel bad for the dad, don't. SP is also weird. Like apparently he has history where he admitted that he got the teacher drunk when he was in high school. Like he and a bunch of little boys got the teacher drunk, basically drugged her. I'm sure she's not willingly drinking with her students, and then took her to a classroom and lifted up her skirt to see her undies. So yeah, he's also not a good person. So don't even be rooting for any of these people. Okay, there's not a single moral compass in this story. We can't find one. They all need sage dust and ash and probably jail to fix themselves. Anyway, to recap, D announces their divorce. For 2 years, they try to make it work. They finally divorce. SP gets a new girlfriend. D is jealous. She refuses to let him see their son. 3 years later, they get married again. They get married again, and they have this huge wedding where they dress up their now 7-year-old son, Edward, as the ring boy, and it's a whole thing. Now, I thought because of the way D uses her son to get what she wants from her on and off husband, SP, I thought she wouldn't be a good mom, right? I thought she'd be a horrendous, neglectful mom. I thought she would not even look at her child. She just has nannies and she's like, whatever. That's not my kid. I don't care. I'm all about my life. It feels like she uses him to get what she wants and then forgets about him. That's what I was thinking. But on paper, some said D could be considered a perfect mom on paper. It said that because she took so long to conceive, she went through multiple rounds of IVF. She's not just raising Edward like moms raise sons. She's raising him as her BB boy. If someone just sees the way D treats her son, you would think that he is Wang Sitong's kid and she's the hired nanny. She treats him like he's going to be the next crowned king of Alibaba. Which is fine, but it starts to tread into some very alarming territory. First, the kissing competition from the beginning of the episode where she kisses her son for 3 hours to win a random street competition. He's 5. It's weird. It's ick. It's strange. People are commenting, is she going to be one of those moms that tries to marry her son later on? That's weird. Then later in another reality show with celebrity moms, she starts talking about how she never wants to miss any first with her son. First time walking, first time talking, first time climbing, dancing, everything. She wants to be there and witness every first time. The other moms are like, yes, of course. And it's always hard because of our schedules and you can never predict. But then D is like, shh, I'm speaking. Even the first time he has sex, I hope my future daughter-in-law will let me take a peek.
你的小孩的每一个第一次，你都非常在意，
我都很在意，所以他的那个第一次就，你也
要参与吗？
我希望我的媳妇儿可以让我偷看。
No fucking way.
All the other moms, I mean, they look so confused, but then they try to be polite and they try to laugh because they're like, maybe she's really not funny and she's trying to be funny. Like, she's got to be joking, right? She's just weird. She's so serious. Okay, she's so fucking serious that she's popping out her boobie in the name of parenting. The next thing that Dee reveals in a series of interviews, and nobody wanted to know. Nobody asked. Nobody cares. But she says, I am still breastfeeding. And they say, wait a minute, let's do some math here. Your son is 12.
No!
Most kids are done breastfeeding. 1, 2, 3, I don't know. I don't have a kid. Okay, but that's what I read. 1, 2, 3.
You're kidding me.
12 is like, imagine a middle schooler breastfeeding. I don't know how you're still producing milk at that age.
You're kidding me.
Yes. Dee doesn't even try to hide it. She's very upfront about it and everyone is fucking confused. Dee, why are you breastfeeding him? And she says, well, I'm not going to stop breastfeeding him when it's the best beverage for him. Which is factually incorrect. She's taking medications to make sure she keeps producing milk, which I feel like that's just medicated milk at this point. That can't even be good for your son. It can't even be good for you. It can't be good for him. And it's just weird. Okay, in some countries, in some states, it could border on child abuse because of how strange it is. But eventually, she knew that he wouldn't want her breast milk anymore. So she hired a nutritionist to make sure all of his meals are perfectly nutritious and balanced, organic vegetables, only the best grass-fed meat, all stored in a fancy refrigerator separate from the rest of the house food to make sure they don't get cross-contaminated by frozen Hot Pockets. God forbid it touches the chemical of the outside coating of a fucking Hot Pocket. Every single meal has been handcrafted for Edward, his favorites being boneless beef short ribs, deep sea fish, black cod, salmon fish. Dee likes to watch Edward eat every single meal. She just stares at him. She said if she had the choice, she would quit every single job and she would just spend 7 to 8 hours just staring at her son, watching him eat his organic fancy goop food.
This is a thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to make this into a Netflix show.
Yeah. And like, again,
This is creepy behavior.
see, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this online.
What do you mean?
But there is like a thing in Korean communities where a lot of moms will tell their daughters to marry a man who has a somewhat complicated relationship with their mom, meaning their mom does not love them all the way. Like, you never want to marry a mama's boy is how they're trying to say it.
Oh.
Yeah, they're saying, you know what's best? Okay, don't hate me. Don't hate me. These are the in-laws' fault, okay? But my mom was saying how all of her friends told their kids, you know what the best setup is? You marry someone and their parents still live in Korea and you live in the US with that man.
Oh, so you're saying you don't have to deal with the in-laws.
Because especially like in Korean culture, there's mama's boys. I mean, in American culture too, in Chinese culture, you know. So they're just trying to say it's rough because imagining marrying this guy. Imagine marrying Edward. Nothing good's gonna come out of it. I'm telling you. Sometimes Dee said she will personally feed him. All he has to do is sit back and open his mouth for food.
Oh my God.
And she says, I could stare at him eat for 7 hours a day. I would just sit there with him. He can spend over 2 hours for one meal.
Wow.
She's obsessed. She makes sure he eats a lot. And by the way, she like wants him to bulk up and gain health because she believes genuinely that her son is going to grow up and become the next pillar of this country. Going to figure out the exact impossible formula for girl math, that he's going to solve world hunger one organic meal in his belly at a time. Yeah. She said she doesn't even trust her mother-in-law and husband to make sure their son ate. She will always ask the nanny to confirm. Did he eat well? Did he eat a lot? Did he or did he not? I feel like at this point, the general public is thinking, okay, not bad, but not good. You know, this is like, okay, if you take the kissing competition out, the whole feeding thing, the breast milk is like a little, like it's all weird, but then also like maybe some people don't have kids or maybe some people are leaving comments like, I understand, I don't know. Until she admits to committing felonies on reality TV shows once again. Dee needs to have a zipper installed on her lips that her PR reps can just come and zip and then throw away the key because what possessed this little lady to go onto another reality show? And she tells everyone when Edward was 1 year old, this was probably the most angry I've ever been in my life. When he was 1 year old, I mean, the anger. Let me
She's
tell you.
angry, you're saying?
Let me tell you what happened, okay? Edward is 1 and he's at the playground and he's playing with all these kids and he decides to take another kid's toy, you know? He decides to burglarize another kid. Is that his fault? No. And she's watching this and this kid gets so upset that Edward took his toy that he decides it's in his constitutional right to defend his property. He gets up, pushes baby Edward. Edward falls to the ground. Which, side note, I have 2 nieces that are almost exactly a year apart. And have you seen little children fight? It's like the goofiest shit I've ever seen. It's like in slow-mo. I feel like they're not aerodynamic yet. I feel like they don't have functions over their like reflexes yet. The way that they push, like the amount of time it takes them to aim a push feels like snail speed. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Edward gets pushed onto the ground. Dee witnesses the whole thing and it's fine. There is a nice way to handle it, okay? Which is to figure out from the kid, why did you push my child? Time for both of them to have a good life lesson. And maybe you talk to the other parent and figure it out. Dee walks over, does not ask a single question, no interrogation. She just says, yeah, no, I don't like that shit. I don't f with that shit. She walks over and pushes little 1-year-old onto the ground, the one that pushed Edward, and she's like, how you like that? How you like that? Yeah, Nothing came out of it. She didn't get arrested. She didn't get sued. She didn't get struck down by lightning for karma. Nothing. Instead, she gets herself a little wolf dog.
A wolf dog?
Do you know what a little wolf dog is?
You're talking about like in Chinese?
Yes.
Like 小狼狗.
Yes. Okay. So it's slang and it's to describe a young man. So it's typically described for young men and typically the person describing them are older women. Slightly
like young
older.
men, like they're adults.
Oh yeah.
You're
They're
talking
like,
about adults.
yeah.
not
18,
kids,
20,
yes.
23, maybe to some people even 25, you know?
Yeah.
Like young men, right? But it's to describe a young man who's handsome. A little wolf dog is a young, handsome, sharp-looking man just full of like masculine testosterone
Like
pumping. Hungry for that ass, you know?
Full of energy. Like a little
Yes.
young German shepherd. Like,
Yes.
Like
that's
that
how,
energy.
Ah, yes.
Like
German.
that,
Okay, whoa.
Like a man ready to howl like all the time.
Honey, you're like a old wolf dog. You're like the...
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry.
I'm prime. What are you talking about?
You're prime. Sometimes he'll like do these things where he picks me up, spins me around, and then the next day I see him quietly applying pasu onto his back, and I'm like, oh, it's a guy that's full of masculine energy just pumping through his veins. He may have limited life experience, but his brute strength will break your headboard. He's not dumb. He's not too immature. He's just a little wolf dog. The term implies a certain dynamic where the older woman owns a little wolf dog. It's like a pet. Like you get a little wolf dog as a pet, right? But it's still a wolf in terms of energy and stamina, but still a dog, like a pet. Characteristics of a little wolf dog include cold to others but warm to you, very unapproachable, very logical thinking, gives you a lot of safety, very possessive. So even though they're not the most experienced, they give the older woman a great sense of security because they're full of protective qualities, like veiny biceps. You know what I mean? It's wild. There's actually 2 types of little dogs. So please leave it in the comments. Do you like little wolf dogs, the German shepherds, or do you like little milk dogs?
小奶狗.
A little milk dog is like a little Pomeranian, soft, cutesy boy. Characteristics.
Like a puppy.
Yeah, they're all of age, but they include innocent, sticky. They constantly want to stick to you. Okay, sunny, warm, obedient, very easy to train, they say, very low temperament. The way that Chinese women be objectifying men, honestly, is crazy. Is crazy. Like half of me, after everything I've been through being a woman in this world, half of me is like, slight. And then the other half of me is like, oh, but if the roles were reversed, I'd be so upset. It's like, stop it, Stephanie. Like, it's very complicated. The objectification is out of this world. They say low temperament, constantly wants kisses and hugs, will always apologize first, very easy to control, lively, humorous, good time to be around. I'm like, these women are crazy. I love them. I'm scared of them. I don't know. Milk dogs are warm and soft. Wolf dogs are bold and wild. And they're typically both younger than the woman or man that they're dating. There were reports that Dee has a little wolf dog on the side. She's cheating on her husband, question mark. She posts on social media herself of her and her 13-year-old son cuddling in bed. No. Which honestly, the picture is, I don't know, maybe I just have such strong boundaries, okay? But I'm trying to think, I don't even think I would cuddle my mom like that in bed. At 13.
What kind of cuddle?
It's just like big spoon, little spoon. But then I don't know. Like every family is different. So it really depends. Okay, maybe when I was 13, I would. I don't know. But the caption is the part that gets people. The picture, people aren't even mad about the picture. They're mad about the caption. The caption reads, "Nobody tell my husband I have a little wolf dog."
Wow.
So it's just a little weird. And everyone is side-eyeing her like, ma'am, please get help. Do not make us suffer with you, okay? But maybe she's just saying all these things to get attention and doesn't actually mean it. She knows it's going to rile people up and she gets free press. That's what people are hoping. But in another interview, she's talking about how obsessed she is with her son and he's obsessed with her. She says, you guys can never imagine. My son, he really loves me a lot. Even now, he still wants to sleep with me.
你们绝对没有办法想象我儿子真的很爱我，他到现在都还要跟我睡。
对 He's 15 and people are like, this is not healthy. He just stopped breastfeeding and now he's either being forced or he's so dependent on his mom that he's choosing to sleep with her, which is still alarming. And this is the part that gets everyone. Dee proudly announces that she takes off all her clothes but her undies when she sleeps with him. So she's cuddling him in just her undies. And she says, oh yeah, he has to hug me every day in order to fall asleep. But the part that really sends netizens into fucking space, into fucking orbit, into fucking hi, astronauts that are stuck in space. We're like going crazy in space right now, is allegedly Dee said sometimes she had to stop sleeping with her son because she started getting sexually aroused. Because allegedly he would...
What?
Allegedly, she said this, okay? Allegedly, he would have to hold her breasts every day to fall asleep. She said he likes to touch my boobs every day because he felt like he drank from boobs since he was so young. It's a sense of comfort. So imagine a 15-year-old squeezing his mom's boobs.
喜欢摸哦，他每天都喜欢求肉肉啊，因为他觉得他小时候就喝奶奶，为什么我现在奶奶不让他摸？我跟他讲说，现在奶奶要给爸爸摸的。为什么？爸爸可以摸我？为什
Is that not
illegal?
prison? That
Like, I
is
genuinely don't know.
crazy.
Please leave it in the comments, Dan.
I feel like that's child abuse, no?
Yeah, it has got to be, right? And she tells the reality show with pride. Eventually, I told him he can't touch them anymore because they're only for daddy to touch. And she says he started freaking the fork out, screaming, why? Why can only daddy? Why not me?
Oh my god.
One of the
this is
most
crazy.
liked comments reads, I don't think I understand Mandarin anymore. So that's a way of saying I no longer speak this language. I no longer choose to speak this language. I no longer want to know what this woman is saying. I no longer want to hear. This is very bizarre. It's also the way she says it. It's like she's so proud of herself. It's weird. She's creating Taiwan's biggest mama's boy, which seems to be the last thing people want. One netizen writes, a mama's boy will want his partner to treat him exactly the same way his mom treats him. So if you're not looking to adopt, I strongly suggest moving on. So they're saying it's one thing to have a good relationship with your mom. Everybody wants that. But a mama's boy, like she's not setting up Edward for success. And like, trust me, things are going to go downhill. She said she's so scared of the world and everyone on the outside that she forbids her son from ever going outside alone until he turns 18.
This
Yeah.
is like the
Abuse.
definition of mama's boy.
Yes.
Like, as bad as it gets.
And it's so bad for the son.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
she's creating, she's doing nothing good for him. He's not even allowed to go to the convenience store down the block without his mummy or his nanny. At one point, Edward had to beg to be allowed to go to his friend's house for dinner. Dee finally lets him. She drops him off, waits outside until he's done, and she never again allowed him to eat dinner at a friend's house because he came back and told her that they ate porridge and snacks. She said that is not enough nutrients. You're not going to eat well. You can never eat outside the house ever again. She also pays like $20,000 a year in tuition costs for his private middle school, but she's on edge every time he's at school because she wants to be near him. It's really weird. Now, eventually, something happens where in March 29, 2018, so not that long ago, headlines in the US read, he came to the US for high school, then acquired an arsenal to attack it. A terrorist attack planning in the works.
Wait, slow down. The son is in America.
Oh, yeah.
For high school.
Oh, yeah. So eventually he convinces his mom, I want to become an FBI agent. That's my dream.
What?
And the mom is like, okay. He's like, I want to get into criminal investigations and the best place to go is the United States. She sends him to high school in the US. Headlines in the US read, he came to US for high school, then acquired an arsenal to attack it. News travels to Taiwan because the headline is accompanied by a picture of Edward's son, Dee's son, has been arrested for planning a terrorist attack.
What is going on?
Edward begged his parents to let him come to the US to finish high school because, like I said, he wants to be an FBI agent. Feels a little random, but his classmates say the guy was weird. I don't think he would have passed any of the background checks. I'm just saying he's kind of crazy. They said that he's normal until he's upset. There was one time he got upset at another boy in class. He took off all his clothes and got butt naked in school and tried to fight the kid, which is a very weird response. Apparently, in the American high school, he told his friends, hey, don't come to class May 1st. And everyone's like, why shouldn't we come to school? And he said, oh, I'm going to come in here armed, you know.
Are you kidding me?
He eventually goes, haha, just kidding. But his classmates did not feel like he was just kidding, which, like, good for them, okay? They reported it to the teachers. Again, this is what you need to do. He immediately gets arrested. They go through his search history. Edward has been searching for ways to acquire an AK-47 or an AR-15. They also found in his house a bulletproof vest, professional crossbows with a scope and light, bullets, like over 1,000 bullets, ear protectors for shooting, and they concluded he had plans for a terrorist attack.
This is in high school.
Yes, and Dee and her husband finally fly into the US, but they're convinced that the FBI doesn't know the difference between a prop and the real thing. Dee tries to reason that this is all one big misunderstanding and these are props for Halloween. They're not. He had hidden 1,600 rounds of bullets. What do you mean? He had parts to be assembled into a rifle and a pistol. The sheriff involved said, look, the only reason that someone hoards that much ammunition at that age, either they have serious mental illnesses or they're really planning something or both, and they're both very bad outcomes either way. Edward is thrown into jail. He's facing a trial in the US. His parents sell their houses in Taipei. They hire the best attorneys for their son. They're spending a ton of money handling the bail. In the end, he's sentenced to 4 to 23 months in prison. And he waived all his rights in America. So they're basically saying, we're going to give you low prison time and you can literally never come back. Bye. This is a big freaking deal. And this guy is not even fazed. I guess because he knows his parents are going to do anything for him, he's just smiling. Like he has no regrets. Later, journalists ask him, what do you want to say? He just says, I just want to watch anime.
Wow, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
And then the mom's attitude is what? Like,
oh my gosh. Okay, this is the worst part. The mom says he was just joking around when he said he was going to do that May 1st. And these are like Halloween props that he has.
I feel like, God forbid, like something happens.
She would still be on his side.
Yeah, she will still be in denial.
Yeah. I don't understand how parents can be in that deep of denial. I mean, maybe it's because I have parents that nitpick a lot of small things I do, but she's crazy.
I think she's already fucked up herself. You know, even the way that she said.
And she's physically assaulting.
Yeah, she's assaulting everyone,
Yeah.
justifying in her head. And now that with this son, it amplifies into the son, right?
This is so weird. It's just weird. If you have kids, leave it in the comments because my sister has kids. And if my sister's kids do anything, and it's like nothing, it's like what all kids do when they're growing up. My sister, it takes it so personally. She's like, it's a self-reflection moment.
Yeah.
She feels like she's the worst mom in the world. She did something wrong. She's not doing everything correctly. But this mom is like, no, everybody else is crazy. It's a Halloween prop. So after serving 9 months, Edward is deported to Taiwan, never allowed back in America again. And the two parents, Dee and her husband, they're interviewed and they don't care. The worst part is they just still don't realize how bad this is. Even when Edward is coming back into Taiwan, he's getting journalists, but he's acting like they're paparazzi. He's acting like he's a K-pop idol at the Incheon airport.
What do you mean?
Like he just has a hat and glasses on. And he's just like, don't look at me. Yeah, and his dad does an interview where he says he's just an ignorant child. He just said one thing wrong. He was being punished to this extreme extent. He's a really bright and kind-hearted kid.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very scary. His dad just keeps saying he's just a baby, just a baby.
How old was he?
In high school. Since then, he's just been living his best life in Taiwan. He's become an internet celebrity. I also think that some people in Taiwan didn't take it as seriously. But like in America, you're talking about, yeah. So I think some people didn't understand the cultural context. Most people did, and most people were upset with or without cultural context, right? But he still became like an internet celebrity somehow. Basically, he's been in a series of high-profile relationships with other internet celebrities, and one glaring trend is that he's into dating older women. In 2019, he dated an internet celebrity who's 9 years older than him. Apparently, the two fell in love at first sight. He's looking for a mom. I don't know what else to tell you. His qualifications for a great life partner are someone who likes to help and take care of people, someone who cooks well and is good at chores. You're looking for a maid. You're looking for a mom. Like what? She was actually approved by Dee, this girlfriend, which I'm sure is really hard to get approval like that. She probably thinks the only person good enough for her son is like Kim Yuna. And like, ma'am, your son is in between opportunities. Ma'am, your son is jobless by choice. Why would she want your son? People thought it was going to be this happily ever after with this new girlfriend. Edward is being taken care of, not just by his mom, but his beautiful girlfriend who loves him, babies him. And it's great until he comes home one day and he said, hey guys, I'm so sorry. I got another girl pregnant. He was cheating on her. He got another influencer pregnant. The affair clearly went too far, but it's fine because I love you, mommy. I mean, honey. I love you, babe. I mean, mommy. I mean, wait, which one? We don't know. The influencer eventually terminates her pregnancy. Edward goes back to his girlfriend, which, by the way, the whole situation is handled so bizarrely. Edward goes on to interviews to talk about the relationship, and he said it was because he wasn't allowed to go out until 18. He lost his virginity at 18 and got carried away. And the girl, the mistress, told him she had an IUD and she wouldn't get pregnant. And the interviewer is like, so you got tricked. And he ends the interview. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm still a piece of garbage.
What?
And everyone was like, this is really weird. So he goes back to his actual girlfriend and oh, by the way, the mistress came to the girlfriend once and was like, could you get your man to stay away from my house? Tell him not to come over. It's so exhausting.
Wow. So they are all influencers.
Yeah, and it's all so messy. It's so messy. And things were just never the same again. The girlfriend couldn't take it anymore. They broke up for good. She said she was mentally, physically exhausted and could not be a mom any longer.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah,
She said she was a mom.
And after this, there's just a mental break. He breaks into that family's home in Thailand while high on drugs. He gets arrested, and while
Wait, what exactly happened? Like
he just has a breakdown. It just seems like
he
he's
was
spiraling.
in Thailand?
Yeah, he visits Thailand and then somehow acquires weed, starts smoking it, maybe other things, I don't know, because then he breaks into a random person's house and then gets arrested. He doesn't resist arrest. He's just
Because he was on weed?
See, that's why people think it wasn't weed. It was probably something worse, but we don't have proof of that. Because the way he's behaving on the CCTV footage, it also doesn't feel reminiscent of someone who's high on weed.
Yeah, does that happen? Like,
Yeah,
it's
and then
kinda weird.
when he's in the back of the police truck, he's just like, he's staring at the sky. He's zoning out.
So he went in there, and what else did he do?
He didn't do anything. Just walking around naked.
Oh, he took off his clothes.
Yeah.
And just walked around.
Yeah, just like staring at family photos.
And then left.
Wiped his face on the cloth. Took off his swim trunks. And then they called the police. They took him out of the house, arrested him.
And then what happened?
Dee
Did
gets
he-
him out of that.
Oh,
Nothing
okay.
happens. She said, look, my son is possessed. He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep. He always wants to run outside.
Possessed, she said?
Yeah, he wants to self-exit. They blame it on the girlfriend. They say after the girlfriend broke up with him, he's been having a mental breakdown and he's possessed by heartbreak. He's just a pure boy that's possessed by heartache, and it's just a lot. Edward posts on Instagram a selfie. My family has issues. They blame my ex-girlfriend for it. Poor me. And he goes on to tell the public that his parents are making him lose his mind.
So he's like, what, 23, 24?
Yes. They break up. He's doing all these other things, like random things here and there. He's an internet celebrity, goes to Thailand. This happens. His parents go on this whole tour of like, he's possessed. He's not. It wasn't the drugs. He's just possessed. This is heartache. And they're basically blaming the ex-girlfriend for breaking up with him. And he goes on Instagram and he starts saying, my parents are crazy. Okay. They're blaming my ex-girlfriend, but that's not the truth. It just, life sucks. And he's saying in Thailand, when his parents came to save him, his dad kept giving him poison water. It's called Fulu water. Look, I don't know. Okay, this is what I could gather. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm trying my best. In Taoism in China, there is a strong belief that everything in earth should live in harmony, that everything needs to be balanced. They believe in yin and yang, and everything has matching pairs, and everything needs to work out together. People who believe in Taoism believe to be healing the sick. They get these spiritual paper talismans. They burn them. They light them on fire. Soak it in water, and then you drink the water. Now, a lot of health officials have said maybe that's not the best thing because paper talismans, they have tons of chemicals on them. I mean, like any paper. And then when you burn it, it's a carcinogen because, you know, and you have to burn it first before you mix in the water. And it's just not advised to be drinking by a lot of doctors. I'm sure it can work. I don't know anything, but on paper, it's not a good idea health-wise. Edward is alleging that his parents are freaking out in Thailand, believing he's possessed from heartache or his ex-girlfriend or whatever. So they kept making him drink Fulu water just nonstop. He said every single bottle that they gave him was Fulu water. He said the second I drank it, it was so bitter. I realized it was Fulu water. I did not consent to it. It's so bitter. How can this even be good for me? This is called poisoning. Yeah.
Wow.
And so eventually he comes back to Taiwan, and some people feel bad for him. Others hate the whole family. Others say maybe if he gets time away from his mom, like all of this feels like a direct reflection of the parenting style. It's just all mixed, but he does seem unhinged. He apparently got a manager to handle his social media presence. He says he wants to create a Save the World campaign where he will show off everyone his super cool weapons and knives and save the world. I don't know what that means, but I feel like someone's got to tell the authorities or something, okay? Because that's just weird. But anytime someone reports him, he gets investigated. His parents hire the best attorneys money can buy, and they keep him moving. Nothing happens, and his smirk gets bigger and bigger every single time. And he's a rapper now. He goes onto Instagram Live to rap. He's wearing an unbuttoned Hawaiian shirt, just body checking his abs before rapping, which side note, I don't know if I can consider this rapping because for the first 30 seconds, it just sounds like a giant run-on sentence than a rap.
25岁的时候，我就会干大事，所有人都会知道我是台湾钢铁人。
It's the weakest rap I've ever heard. When I'm 25 years old, I'll do something big. Alarming. Everyone will know I'm Taiwanese Iron Man. But you just don't know my plan and vision yet. When I speak Mandarin, I will become so fluent. Fluent to the point where everyone will think I'm on drugs and high. They will think I need to check into a mental hospital. Everyone likes a smart man, but they don't like who says the truth. That made me think, what the fuck? You want the truth and you want a smart ass. What do you want? Please, you all. Taiwanese people, pick one. Even my parents can't stop me. Got some respect for my own father. That's why I'm not telling everything. So I didn't expose all the truth. Yes, there are actually more dark secrets. You just don't know them yet. Always, always strong. Only getting stronger and stronger every day.
Man, it's just so sad.
Yeah.
It's just such a tragedy.
It's like, I think I would feel more sympathy for him, but it's also very scary. He seems very dangerous.
Yeah, he needs help.
Yeah, like
and the parents, they need to be like...
They're not helping him. They're making it so much worse.
Yeah.
I think I felt a lot of sympathy when he was growing up. And then now it's like, okay, this sympathy is more so just... someone's got to do something. This is worrisome. And he's been doing these reality shows now here and there, and he gets into physical fights. At one point, he started choking another celebrity on the show, holding their neck.
Like actually trying to hurt them?
Yeah, and the other celebrity slapped them in the face. That's where we are right now. What are your thoughts? Do you think he will get help, or you think it's impossible because no matter what people do, the parents are going to keep intercepting? So
Yeah,
scary.
This is scary. I don't even know. Like he's 25, you said? 24, 25?
24, yeah.
Yeah, he got a whole life in front of him. Like, that's just, yeah, scary.
And then I do think eventually his parents' money will run out. No? And like that's also, because, you know, right now I wonder if it's a situation of he's distracting himself with maybe monetary stuff. But if that ever runs out, like I don't know. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. Did you know about this case? They call him Taiwan's biggest mama boy. Let me know in the comments. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.